wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Good morning, new day, new vlog. It is Monday. Babe, when I tell you yesterday, I want to say I slept 90% of the day. Definitely needed a recovery type day. And I don't even know what it is, but lately I've just been really tired. It's not like I've done much to need a recovery, but I don't know. I think that was just a little too much activity, a little too much entertainment for me lately. So I didn't do much of anything yesterday besides just clean up and edit. Today, it's bright and early. I already went to the gym. I have a hair appointment. Yes, I did just get my hair done a week and a half ago, but I feel like y'all already noticed the ponytail had to come out. It was just doing a lot. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to braid it up, okay? Braids, real simple. Get it done, put your bonnet on at night, wake up, take it off, hair's ready to go. It's hot, so anybody got time for, your hair sweating out or, trying to get your wash and go to go. Twist, passion twist. But yeah, that is on the agenda for today. Is there anything else I gotta do today? I don't think so. Let's go. Hey y'all. Yesterday was just a day, okay? My appointment didn't end until 6 p.m. and then I took a nap and I ended up not waking up until 10 p.m. And then this morning I didn't go to sleep until 3 a.m. and I've been awake since 7. So I'll show you my hair at some point later in this vlog. Got butt length, passion twist. But I have something to say right now because I got a comment that reminded me I never told you guys about T-Mobile and how they really tried me and why I would 0 out of 10 ever recommend. Okay, but grab a snack because it's a long story. Okay, so I found this apartment in late April, mid-May, around like May 16th. I'm chilling at the other apartment and I got a phone call and it's this lady and she tells me that, she works with the building and T-Mobile to offer tenants like promotions for moving in, right? So I guess special deals and whatnot, specifically for tenants. So I'm listening to her and I feel like God be sending you tests and stuff to see just how much like you trust your intuition and your discernment, because this is the second time this year that I have felt something was off, but I did it anyway. And then later on, I'm like, see, now if I had just trusted that feeling. But anyway, so she calls me and I'm not gonna lie, at first it's getting a little sketchy because, someone just calls you and they're like, I want to offer you this. But like I ultimately go along with it because she knows the information about my move-in date, all that stuff. Like she knows all that information. And right before she had called me, I had received an email from the building about, this apartment. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe like they just spoke to her since she works with the building, all that stuff. Like I said, she already knows all that information. Trust your intuition. Okay. So she tells me that she works at T-Mobile and she can offer me internet service for $50 a month. I at the time had AT&T. Again, just not listening to yourself and your things, because I used to have cellular service with Sprint. So when T-Mobile purchased Sprint, I got up out of there and I went to AT&T, right? So baby, the signs be right there. But she tells me, I can give you like internet service for $50 a month. It ends up being $55 a month because something told me like don't enroll in auto payments. Again, those signs. So it ended up being $55 a month. So I'm thinking, okay, that's not bad, $55 a month. Okay, cool. She asked me for my card information. Red flags. She asked me for my card information and then for me to pick a day for my card to be charged. Since I'm not moving until July, this conversation's happening May 16th-ish, somewhere around there. It's the 16th or 17th. So she asked for my card information and then says to pick a day for my card to be charged, because common sense says if I am not moving until July and I'm not going to use this internet service in this apartment until July, then it doesn't make sense why I would pay for anything beforehand, right? So give her my card information, pick a day for my card to be charged. She tells, is that a butterfly? Is that a real butterfly? Anyway, what was I saying? Pick a day for the card to be charged. She tells me the router is going to ship out, and she specifies do not set up the router because, again, it just does not make sense. You would have, you know, 2 routers in the other apartment running, and it just does not make sense. So just do not set it up until you move. All that, all that good stuff. Get all that situated. The next day I get an email telling me that the router had shipped, and I think I received the router the next day, so maybe like May 18th, either the 18th or 19th, somewhere around there. And I do exactly what she said. I just leave it in the box because I am not moving until July. Okay, so as that time goes, actually before that, so she, you know, I had that conversation with her. I set up for this account to start in July, and I want to say like a week or so after I received the router, I received a phone call, and this guy says, you know, he's from T-Mobile, and he wants me to take a survey on how easy it was for me to set up the router. And I tell him, you know, I haven't set up the router because I haven't moved yet. And he goes, oh, you haven't moved? And I'm like, no. He goes, when do you move? I say July, and he says, okay, like he'll call back in July so I can take the survey on how easy it was to set up this router. So this is the second person at this point I have come into contact with T-Mobile and this experience. So throughout the next few weeks, you know, when your phone sends you like drop down notifications of emails, you know, people interacting on social media, stuff like that. Over the next few weeks, I see a couple emails coming through from T-Mobile, but I'm just thinking like, oh, you know, like it's promotional emails, stuff like that. I'm not thinking it's anything I need to pay attention to because my service does not start until July. But I want to say like late June, I get another drop down notification, and this one I pay attention to because I see it says your T-Mobile line has been suspended. I'm like, for something I haven't used yet is suspended, make it make sense. So I call T-Mobile. I called T-Mobile on June 29th. Okay, June 29th, I called T-Mobile for the first time, and it's a woman who picks up the phone. I tell her what I just told you guys. You know, I'm confused because I just got an email saying that my line's been suspended. So she looks at, you know, her computer, whatever it is that they look up your information on, and she goes, yeah, your line is suspended because you have a past due balance. So I say exactly what I just said to y'all. I'm like, I'm confused. How a past due balance for what? I haven't used your service yet. So she puts me on hold. And see, yeah, people be out of line when they talk with customer service people, but sometimes y'all deserve it. Because how is it not going to piss you off when you know what is factual, and then they come back, they question what you say, and then they tell you that something that did not happen is what happened, right? So after she comes back on hold, she goes, oh, well, you purchased the router in store, so you're gonna have to go in store to figure out what's going on. I'm like, no, I didn't. Babe, when I said I can't tell you where a T-Mobile store is, I was like, I didn't purchase anything in store. This was shipped to me. I have an email from T-Mobile with the shipping tracking number when they sent the router out. I didn't go in store for anything. She puts me on hold again, and then she comes back and she goes, oh, I'm gonna escalate this to a manager and I'll call you back. I knew when she said that she's not gonna call me back, but like, what am I supposed to do at that point? So I'm like, oh, okay. Rest of Thursday goes by, she does not call me. The rest of Friday comes and goes, she does not call me. So I call back on Saturday. Wait, no. If Thursday is the 28th. Yeah. So Thursday was the 29th. I call back on Saturday, which is July 1st. No, I was correct. Thursday is the 29th, and then I call back on Saturday, which is July 1st, because June only has 30 days. Now, keep in mind what the first person that I spoke to said. Oh, the issue is I bought it in store, so I need to go in store to figure out what's going on, right? So I call back on Saturday. The first time, I get a man. The man that I speak to, I tell him the same exact thing that I've told y'all, that I've told this lady, and he tells me, oh, that's not how it works. Your service starts as soon as the router is shipped out. So you were being charged since, you know, May 18th, whenever I received the router. Mind you, the router has not been activated. Your service starts as soon as the router is shipped out to you. Also, he specified shipped out, even though the lady that I spoke to on Thursday said that I purchased it in store. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not the information that was relayed to me, or I wouldn't have taken the service, because it doesn't make sense for me to start having the service in May when I already had AT&T in May, and I'm not moving until July. This battery was about to die. I needed to not do that. And, you know, that's when I start catching attitude from this first guy. And he's like, oh, well, if you spoke to her, and the person that set up the account for you, if they said that your service was going to start in July, then they should have shipped it out to you in July, because it starts whenever the shipment goes out for the router. Okay, so the first person I spoke to said that I bought it in store, so I need to go in store to figure out what's going on. Now, the second person that I spoke to said that if I was told that my service wouldn't start in July, then it shouldn't have been shipped out until July. A lot of this is a personal problem. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's giving very much so your employees are saying different things. Everyone hasn't had the same training. Everyone doesn't know the same rules. That is a T-Mobile problem. That's not my problem. I'm just so he tells me that, oh, it's going to be $75. That's what I owe. Okay. He said $75. The lady I spoke to on Thursday said $75. 55 of it for the actual service, the actual, internet bill, and then $20 to restore the account because the line was suspended. I'm like, I'm not paying any of that, because I'm not paying for a service that I didn't get, right? Now, I will say, the thing about me that I gotta work on, sometimes, I don't know if I would say like I'm a pushover, but I'm real quick to just like pay things so I don't have to deal with any drama, right? Like certain things, I just like, if it's just easier to, cancel something or pay a fee for something just to get the situation over with, I'll do that. Now, I had people telling me, throughout the situation, because I was texting and calling other people, like my parents, friends, stuff like that. I had people telling me, oh, well, maybe just see if you can pay like the cancellation fee or something like that. And at first I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'd be open to that. But as this situation goes on, you're going to understand why at some point I become adamant that I'm not giving you a dime, because this has absolutely nothing to do with me. This is a T-Mobile problem, okay? So he puts me on hold and he comes back and he's like, oh, well, I can give you $20 off. I'm like, $20 for what? $20 off what? What? Off the $75. So you would just owe the $55 for the service and we can turn your service back on. So I asked him, like, why am I being charged anything for a service I did not use when I was told the wrong information from a T-Mobile employee? That's a mistake on T-Mobile's end, not mine. So I'm like, okay, so give me a manager. I think at that moment, that is when I determined I'm not giving you a dime, because this is not my issue. I didn't do anything wrong in this situation. So that is the moment I determined I'm not giving you a dime. So I tell him I'm not paying anything. I don't need the $20 off, because I'm not paying anything for a service I did not use because wrong information was given to me, right? So I said, is there a supervisor or someone that I can speak to? So he puts me on hold and then he comes back and he's like, oh, the supervisor's talking to someone else, but they'll be with you in a second. If you want to reconsider, I'm still offering the $20 off $75. I said, I'm not paying anything on this bill because I didn't use the service. So he puts me on hold again. He comes back from hold and he goes, I have my manager on the line, but I just want to let you know one last time, this $20 off is only an offer through me. So if you don't take it right now, you won't be offered the $20 off again. And I was like, I'm not paying anything on this bill. Can I speak to someone else? So he transfers me over to the manager. Baby, this is where, like I said, I don't disrespect people. I don't go out. But this is where I knew in that moment, whatever it takes to take it there with T-Mobile, I'm going to take it there. Because when I tell you this man, he found the right one on that day, okay? So he transfers me over to the manager, supervisor, and you can tell, like, part of me being on hold that long is that he has, already told this manager what my situation is. And you can tell that this manager has already determined that whatever it is that I say, whatever it is that I can prove, he is not going to help me in this situation, because I start, he says hello and I say hello and I start, explaining the same thing that I've told the first guy, that I've told you guys, all that stuff. And he starts with this like condescending, So I'm saying, I was reached out to, and she told me that, So I'm starting to get irritated. So I finished saying that. And then he goes, well, we've looked and all the charges are valid. So I paused for a second because I'm like, how can you listen to everything that I just said, the storyline that I just said, and then say that all the charges are valid? I'm like, how are all the charges valid? He's like, well, we looked through everything and everything that you've been charged for is valid. And I'm like, okay, but can you explain how it's valid? And he goes, all the charges are valid. So he just starts saying over and over again, like not, further explaining anything. He just keeps saying over and over again, all the charges are valid. So I'm like, okay, if you petty, bitch, I'm petty too. So since that's the only thing that you're going to say, all the charges are valid, I'm just going to have you keep saying it over and over again. So now I'm going to say the same thing over and over again too. I'm like, how are they valid? Can you explain how they're valid? All the charges are valid. How are they valid? All the charges are valid, but how are they valid? All the charges are valid. So we do that for about 2-3 minutes. And then I'm like, so a T-Mobile employee, someone that works for you, told me the wrong information and all the charges are valid. Does that sentence sounds like it makes sense to you? Yeah, I start getting spicy here because find you somebody to play with. So he says the same thing again, all the charges are valid. So I'm like, you weren't there, but all the you weren't there and I was told the wrong information by someone who works there, but you know that all the charges are valid. Can you tell me the name of the person that I spoke to? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe I can contact the person that I spoke to so they can explain to me how all these charges are valid. This man tells me, oh, for privacy reasons, I can't tell you the name of the person who set up your account for you, but all the charges are valid. So let's just follow along here on what I've been told so far. First person told me that I purchased it in store, so I got to go in store to figure out what's happening. Second person says that if I was told that my service would start in July, then the person who set up the account should have had it shipped out to me starting in July, right? So after this back and forth of charges are valid, how are charges valid if, I was told the incorrect thing, blah, 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 blah. After I asked, like, what is the person's name? And he says, I can't give you the name for privacy reasons, but I know that the charges are valid. All of a sudden, he goes, and the person who set up your account wrote a memo saying that they explained to you how this service works, and they explained that your service would start back in May. This is the third person that I done spoke to. Why didn't the first two people mention that there was a memo saying that it was explained to me how my service was going to start? That's one of the reasons why I know you're lying. Second, let's just common sense. If the person that was setting up the account for me, we had no issues, there was no confrontation, no nothing, becoming a T-Mobile customer went smoothly, why would they have the need to write a memo to make notes that they specifically explained to me how this service was going to work and explained to me when my service was going to start? Does that sound like it makes sense? Like, just imagine, you go into Apple to buy an iPhone and there's no issues, there's no reason for you to feel like the customer might be confused or any of that, but the Apple employee just feels like, you know what, just in case, let me make note that I did explain to this customer that it was going to take 36 payments to pay off their iPhone. Does that make sense? Or does it sound like you're making it up as you're going so that you can cover your tracks because I am standing firm on this and I am not giving you any of my money, right? So he says that. I know he's lying. So since I know he's lying, I'm like, okay, well, obviously I can't see whatever, screen that you're looking at that says this memo. So can you read the memo verbatim? And he's like, all the charges are valid. That's what the memo says. He goes, the memo says that it was explained to you. All the charges are valid. So we start this over again where, okay, you petty, I'm petty too. I'm just gonna make you keep repeating yourself. I'm like, okay, but what does the memo say verbatim? And he goes, it says that it was explained to you, all the charges are valid. I'm like, I asked you to read what the memo says verbatim. And he goes, it says that it was explained to you, all the charges are valid. So I go, do you know what verbatim means? It means to exactly read out what was typed in the memo. That's not how people speak. The memo doesn't say it was explained to her that all the charges were valid. I don't know if that whole do you know what verbatim means got under his skin because he broke the whole I'm only gonna say it was explained to you, it's verbatim. He goes, I don't need to explain anything else. That's what it says. That's what it says. All the charges were valid, that there's nothing else I can do for you. I can do with you. So at that point, like I said, I have already determined I'm not giving T-Mobile a dime. So I'm like, how do I cancel this entire service altogether and just send you back your router? So he goes, well, you won't be able to cancel it until you pay the $137. The $130. Okay, so this third person that I don't spoke to. First and second person said that I owed $75. So what do I owe $137 for? This is the part where I'm saying, like, you know, people were saying, oh, well, maybe just pay like a cancellation fee or see if they'll take anything else off. And on others, you know, situations, times, I might have been open to that just so I can get the situation over with. But now, what do I owe $137 for? Oh, ooh, excuse me. Oh, so 2-month charges of $55 and then the $20 fee for the account being suspended. So you remember those dates that I told you about? That lady didn't contact me until May 16th. Now, I don't know much about algebra. Even going by what T-Mobile said, that your service starts when you receive the router. Like I said, if I didn't receive the tracking email until May 17th, I want to say maybe it was May 18th, May 19th that I received the router. May 18th, June 18th would have made it a month. What day did I say that I had called to find out that my line was suspended for a past due balance? June 29th. Wouldn't 2 months be July 18th? And we're having this conversation on July 1st. So how do I owe you for 2 months of a service? First of all, I haven't used this service at all. But how do I owe you for 2 months of a service when 2 months hasn't happened yet? It's a month and a half at that, because if I called on June 29th, that means my line was suspended before that. So 2 months of what? 137. I'm like, none of that makes sense. It hasn't even been 2 months. And before I can even finish what I'm saying, now granted, I asked, how do I cancel this and send you back your router? So I'm like, I'm not paying any of that for a service that I didn't receive. Do I just bring this back to the store or do I ship this out? He goes, oh, we only allow you to bring it to UPS. And if you don't send it back, you're going to have another $200 to $300 charge for not returning the router. First of all, I am the one who initiated canceling this and sending you back your little funky router, okay? So you can keep that whole thinking that you're doing something, oh, it's gonna be an extra $200 to $300 if you don't resend the router. Because baby, when I say I'm not giving you a dime, I mean, I'm not giving you a dime for any of this situation, right? So he's talking about something, it's gonna be an extra $200 to $300 if you don't return it, blah, blah, blah. Like he keeps talking and I just hung up the phone while he was talking. So I'm sitting there, I am angry, okay? Anybody tell you that? I'm angry because now it's not just the fact that like you're trying it with this service, but the way that you spoke to me, I'm telling y'all, it's my pet peeve. If I don't disrespect you, don't disrespect me. Now it's the principle of it. Now I'm gonna dig into your ass, okay? So I'm thinking about this person that set up the account for me. You know, obviously this is now July, so I can't just go back and see what phone number it was that they ooh, my phone is going, my battery's gonna die. Hold on. I had to move so I could plug in the camera. Not even sure what I was saying at this point. Ooh, not the battery overheating. Can I live, please? But so I hung up on him and now I'm thinking about the person who set up the account. And I can't go back and find the phone number because it's now July. This is a phone conversation we had in the middle of May. I've received and made phone calls since then. And then I think, oh, well, if they work with the building to, you know, offer tenants promotions, the building must know who she is. So they should be able to give me her name and her phone number so I can contact her. I call the building, it's a Saturday. I don't know what it is with leasing offices, but they don't like, you know, answering the phones on Saturday. So I get no answer. I get no call back. I called like 8 times because at that point, like I said, I was angry. So I'm like, now this is being resolved today. And then I think about it. And when she had signed me up for the account, she also offered me like a $50 gift card that was supposed to like offset the first month. So basically like your first month would be free, even though your card would get charged. You have this gift card in the same amount. So, you know, the first month would be free. And she had texted me that. So I go back, I find the text, and of course there's a phone number attached to it. But I'm thinking, at first I'm thinking, okay, I mean, if it's going through text, this probably isn't a number that someone's going to pick up and call. But at that point, my mind is like, girl, you got to do whatever you got to do at this point to figure out how you're going to fix the situation. So I click on it to, you know, make a phone call. And after like transferring me through like Google number or something like that, the phone starts ringing. I'm like, oh, okay. She picks up she says, you know, hi, this is what her name is. And as soon as she says that, I remember, like, yes, this is who I spoke to. So I say, hi, you know, my name is Shanine. Like, we spoke, you set me up for a T-Mobile account, blah, blah, blah. Do you remember me? And she's like, yes, you know, as you keep saying, you know, such and such about yourself, I'm remembering the conversation. But because of everything that I have gone through with all of the people I've spoken to at T-Mobile and clearly being lied to, before I called her, I decide I'm going to voice record this phone conversation. So I'm talking on my phone. I use my parents' iPhone, the voice notes, to record the conversation, which is why I was trying to wait to tell this story until I saw my parents so I could play you the voice notes, because play with your mammy, not me. But I'm recording the phone conversation and I tell her, like, I'm just really confused because I'm being told by T-Mobile that I owe this money and that you wrote a memo saying, well, actually, before I even get to that, I tell her basically T-Mobile's trying to charge me for the service since May, even though I haven't even moved yet. This lady, this is someone that you have selling your products, okay? You need to train them to know all your rules, to know all of that stuff before you send them out into the field. This lady tells me, oh, well, that's weird. I've never heard that before. I've never had, you know, a situation like this before. If that's the case, why would the system allow me to pick a day for your card to be charged? Oh, it's almost like I said, this is a personal problem that you need to figure out with your employee. And just like she said, if it only starts when the router is shipped out, why did they let her pick a day for my card to be charged? To have my card on file? Huh? Oh, okay, so that's what she said. And then, you know, I tell her, like, I'm explaining to them that that's not what was told to me. They told me this, that, and the third. And this lady says, oh, I'm really disappointed with T-Mobile because, you know, if there was an error in communication, they definitely could have fixed this, especially because you haven't even activated the router yet. They could have credited your account. They could have done this better. They could have done that better, blah, 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 blah. And then I mention the part where, and it's really confusing to me because he told me that whoever set up my account wrote a memo saying that it was explained to me how the service works and when my service would start. And she goes, yeah, I don't know what that's about. I'm the only person who had any part in setting up your account, and I definitely didn't write any memo like that. Oh, it's almost like, oh, okay. So she's saying that, and you know, I'm getting all this on voice recording, but ultimately, like, the way she's talking, it's very obvious that, you know, she's kind of beating around the bush of having to say she can't really do anything for me, right? She's like, I don't even know how to fix this, but this lady gonna tell me I'm glad that this situation came up now so that I know moving forward that not to schedule anyone out for such a far, you know, move-in date, stuff like that. In my head, I'm like, I'm glad that you're glad the situation happened so that you now know how your job operates, ma'am. That doesn't help me. And like I'm saying, from the way she's talking, it's very obvious that she's like, she can't do anything for me. So at this point, I'm ready to let her go off the phone because now that I have the specific person, I know exactly how to contact her, the person who set this up, I'm gonna call back T-Mobile. And at first, I had wanted to get that same supervisor who swore there's a memo and it says it was explained to you, blah, 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 blah. So I let her go. I called T-Mobile back, and just like I voice recorded her, I voice recorded this time too. And the phone rings, I get another guy, but you know what? It's probably best that I didn't get the same guy. This guy, well, let me just tell you. So I get another guy, I tell him the same thing that I have now explained, 4 times? This is the 5th time that I'm going through this, right? So I say the whole, haven't moved yet, haven't used the service. I've spoken to 3 people. The last person that I spoke to was extremely rude, lied to me, all of that stuff. And before I take that pause so he can speak, I say, and because of the way I was spoken to with my bad, y'all, it overheated and turned off, but I did say this was going to be a long story. So where I stopped before I let him pause so he can say whatever he wanted to say, I specified, I let it be known, because of the way I was spoken to with the last person that I spoke to, when I contacted the person who set up the account for me, I have it on voice recording of them saying that they never explained to me that the service was going to start in May, that they did in fact tell me that my service was supposed to start in July, and they're really disappointed in T-Mobile. So I don't know if that little extra part at the end let it be known, like, let me not lie like the last person that she spoke to, but he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I understand what you're saying, hold on 1 second, I'll try to fix this, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. So because he came correct, I knew, okay, Shanine, this is not the person, even though you are very much so still angry, this is not the person to take that out on, so talk to him correctly, okay? So before he puts me on hold, stuff like that, he's like, I'm gonna get this situated for you, don't worry about it. And I think before, you know, like all that, I had also said, so I'm letting it be known that I'm not paying anything on this bill, and I want my account canceled and closed out so I can send you back your router and have nothing to do with T-Mobile ever again. So before he like puts me on hold and stuff like that, he's like, I understand, I'll fix it for you, but I do wanna, you know, talk about like maybe fixing this so that you'll stay with T-Mobile, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, sir, listen, I understand that this is your job and you've been really polite, all that stuff, but after the way I was spoken to this morning, I want nothing to do with T-Mobile ever again. And he's like, I understand, blah, 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 blah. He puts me on hold. He comes back and basically he's like, you know, I've taken the charges out of your account. Look how easy it is. Look how easy that was. And I spent 2 days dealing with this and speak to 5 different people. He's like, oh, I've removed it from your account. All you're gonna have to do is return the router. And then he starts explaining to me how to return the router and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And one last time, you know, before he lets me off the phone, he's like, and again, I understand, you know, that you're upset and you have every reason to be upset, but I do want to see if there's any way we can fix this so that you can remain a T-Mobile customer. And I had to let him know again, I understand you got a job that you got to do, but I will never use any type of T-Mobile nothing. I don't ever want to be a T-Mobile customer ever again, because this is the experience I had being a T-Mobile customer before I ever used T-Mobile's product. So no thank you, none of that. I am good. He's like, I understand. Hopefully in the future you can be a T-Mobile customer again. Yeah, all right. So get off the phone with him. So mind you, I have both of these on voice recording, right? So that's why I said in that last vlog that I had just got back from sending over the router to receipt so they could get it back. I just got like an email notification like a day or two ago saying that the router was received. I should call back again just to make sure that like everything is closed out on this account so that they don't try it. But like I said, I now have the person who set me up with this account saying that shame on T-Mobile, they should have resolved it because she didn't have the correct information, and a T-Mobile customer telling me, a representative telling me that they fixed this situation, all that good stuff. The moral of the story is, like I said before, I would never ever recommend that you use T-Mobile, especially because when I posted the vlog, you know, kind of saying like giving you the preview to this story, people were in the comments saying that, oh, T-Mobile's trash. I think someone said that they threatened her sister or something like that. Everybody can't be lying, okay? So yeah, I would never recommend T-Mobile. And again, I don't know what it is, but for some reason people really be trying me, and I just find you somebody safe to play with, okay? Because I let a lot go. But when I decide to take it there, I'm gonna take it there. When I tell you I was ready to completely take it there with T-Mobile, I don't care what would have to get involved, that the way I was not going to pay this bill, I mean that with my chest. Okay, I had to take a moment to calm down and fix my bonnet. But yeah, that was my little story. Well, it wasn't little, it was actually quite long, but my story on why every other service provider could fall off the face of the earth. I will never be a T-Mobile customer ever again. I guess just no internet, no cable, no cell service for me if that was my only option, because again, find you somebody to play with. Now, if I see my parents later on in the week, I will play you the voice recordings. But when I asked who that person was, they said they can't tell me anything about that for privacy reasons. And they can't listen to any phone conversations about that, but they can assure me that they're looking at a memo that says that it was explained to me that my service would start in May.
Yeah, no, I don't see those notes where I certainly didn't put that in there. I'm looking at your account right now or anything like that.
It's not an issue for me, you know, to have started the service once I moved in. It's just being told to pay for a service for 2 months when it hasn't been 2 months and I haven't used the service.
Right, correct. I agree with you 1,000%. And you shouldn't have to pay for the service that you did not use.
Because one thing about it, I don't have to lie. Okay, I had no reason to lie in this situation. They had every reason to lie in this situation, but I have no reason to lie about anything that I said. Okay, if I had misunderstood what she said, if I had, you know, received the information incorrectly, I would have taken my L on that one. It's not like it was the craziest of bills, right? It's not like they were trying to charge me like $700, $800. So if that was my L, I would have taken the L on that one and just paid it. But that was your L, and you got an attitude on top of that? Nah, with my chest, I wasn't paying none of that bills. But you know what? I got some vlogs to catch up on, so I'm gonna do that for a little bit before any other work that I have to get done and calm down again. Okay, so update on my room. We're gonna ignore my bed because I was literally just in it. I try not to chill in my bed during the day, but today was just one of them days. Anyway, so last time we spoke about my bedroom, I told you guys I was looking for table lamps that were tall for both sides, but Ashlyn gave me this plant during my housewarming, so I put it there. I put it there just because I literally didn't have anywhere else to put it down. But after I put it there, I was like, wait a minute, I like how that looks. And then, you know, I put the little green candle there in front of it. On the other side, I put the diffuser that Drea gave me, which I'm gonna set up now and, you know, get a vibe for how this works. But I put the diffuser that she gave me over here, and I feel like I like how that looks. So you can see. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like that's cute. I like how that looks. However, that is very tall over there, so I feel like it's a little off balanced over here. Now, I did just order, because it's also Ashley's, actually it's her birthday today. She's celebrating it this weekend. Like it's a 2-day thinger over at her house, and one of them is like a sip and paint type thing. I just ordered the canvas, and I was thinking maybe I'll put the canvas, actually I'm not sure, is that safe to do now that I think about it? Maybe I'll put the canvas behind the diffuser so that, you know, this isn't alone over here. And I guess like if I like the diffuser, I'll just put the canvas down for then. But I feel like I gotta put something else over here. Maybe I gotta put a couple things, maybe some books also. That might be something to, you know, put on top there. But we're gonna figure this out. Actually, let me figure out this diffuser right now just to get a vibe of how it works.
Got nothing else to do, so I go reset the mood. Sipping some jungle juice in my bathing suit. I turn my living room into a Bahama cruise and send some pics to you in my bathing suit. Sound a little insane, but I don't give a fuck. I want a little escape.
Can y'all see that? Can you see it coming out? Okay. Okay. And then which one is the one for sounds? Okay, shout out to Drea, absolutely. And then see, after I remove the other stuff, I feel like that looks cute there. I just gotta figure out something to put with it for this side of the bed. Hey y'all, it is, I really feel like this happens every week where I'll talk to you on Monday and then I don't know what happens Tuesday and Wednesday, I come back on Thursday, but it's Thursday. Baby, when I tell you it's been a day, you notice I didn't say good morning because I want to say it's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. My parents were here. I know y'all like seeing them in the vlogs, but like I said, it was just a lot you see I'm out of breath, going on today. And then my mom ended up not feeling well, so you'll see them in the next one. But I did see them, so I was able to get their phone, so I was able to get some of the clips from the T-Mobile lady I was talking about. But it's like 20 minutes long because I recorded the entire conversation. But yeah, I got the parts where she said you shouldn't have to pay that, I didn't know that, all that good stuff. I just finished filming. I guess I'll hold on the tripod. I just finished filming because the Barbie movie comes out tomorrow. So there's a trending sound that's like, hey Barbie, hey Barbie. So I just finished filming a TikTok with that sound. That's part of the reason why I'm out of breath, child, because stuff like that is not stuff that you do when it's this hot outside. Mind you, I think we really should be worried that it's this hot outside because someone said Earth is having a barbecue and we are the meat because baby. But I made it through. I got all my outfit changes. I'm gonna go ahead, edit that in post real quick. I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? Oh, I also got a package in the mail from Target. I was like, okay, so once I edit that and eat something for the first time today, I'll unbox that so you guys, come on, so you guys can see what I got. You know what? I'll be back. I'll be back. Ooh. Okay, so this is the package I was talking about. Really cute packaging. She got a little weight to her, so need a thumbnail. Yeah. Especially as I get older, yeah, this is the type of PR that you want, okay? Home decor, all that stuff, especially given my current circumstance, that is what we like to see. I don't know what's in here. I just said home decor because, you know, Target, Walmart, those have been my go-to places. Let's see. Hi, Shanine. Things are warming up this summer. Poolside parties, dining, essentials. We get to use a special summer kit with Target's best affordable finds. Okay, your friends at Target. Oh, before I go through the box, I got this in the mail from Kiehl's. Ooh, look like she got beat around a little bit. This is their truly targeted acne clearing solution. Where'd the card go? Reduces pimple size in 24 hours. New invisible liquid pimple patch. Patch on, pimple off. Okay, so that is what that looks like. Okay, now for this box, because I want it inside. What is this? Is it a dress? Oh, okay, she's a dress. She's giving a little see-through. I will try this on. Listen, first, I already told y'all after that TikTok, but I'll try this on before I upload the vlog. Okay, is it giving Renaissance? I know the colors have been like chrome and whatnot, but you know, you don't always have to do what everybody else is doing. What size is this? This is small from the brand Shade and Shore, if that's going to focus. Okay, I'm gonna try this on later. Unscented, oh, native sunscreen. I didn't know Native made sunscreen. I've had the body wash and the deodorant. I guess it makes sense for them to make sunscreen. Okay, we'll try that out, see if it gives us a white cast or not. Also from Native. This is Native, oh, mineral sunscreen. Wait, so what's this one? Oh, wait. This is Native Mineral Face Lotion. Okay, so I guess this is like a moisturizer type thing with sunscreen in it. And then this is Native Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30. What are you? Oh. Hey day speaks volumes. Hey you, it's time to make your day. So take a minute to live out loud to power up your look and let your style speak volume. So it's a speaker. So wireless speaker. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm trying to figure out. I guess my living room or my bed. My living room. What is this? I know you're lying. And I left my scissors in my car. That is so cute. Hold on. If I could open it, I'd show you what's so cute. Look, y'all, they sent the little. They sent the little. What do you call these? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. What do you call these? Icicles? No. You don't know what these are called. I have not had these since I was a kid. That's so cute. Funny, you know, just let them freeze and stuff like that. And then once you take them out, like a lot of people would eat it as it is, frozen. Right now, I had to wait for it to to melt again to eat it, but it had to freeze first so that it would be cold by then. It's a lot. But that is so cute. What did I just drop? Oh, the dress. Okay. Okay, so. Is this a beach bag? Ooh, okay. This is from A New Day, and it's a beach bag. What's that? How cute is that? My AKAs out there. I feel like this would be very much on brand for y'all. Ooh, that is so cute. I don't know if I'll have any beach days this summer. Well, they have beaches here. Shows you how much I know after living here for 2 years now. But I mean, I don't have to have a beach day here, so okay. More clothes. This bathing suit. It is a bathing suit. This is from Casaluna in size small. It's orange. I'm gonna try all these on. Tomato. That is so cute, baby. I'll be telling y'all, do not sleep on Target clothing. What are these? Sweet fig glazed cashews. Okay. For Good and Gather. I usually like their snacks, so I'll probably like this. I'm running out of place to put this stuff. Sunglasses. What's the brand? Ooh. Oh, also A New Day? Okay, all right. I have eyelashes on. Ooh. All right, my head ain't that big. Go with the bathing suit. Baby, they said they really got you everything that you need for a beach day. Okay, I don't think, well, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to use this until I probably get my own home. It's an inflatable lounge chair with built-in cup holders. Look how cute. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'd be able to use this unless I go to someone's home who has a pool, someone's having a pool party, I buy my own home that has a pool, which after, you know, my parents having a pool and all the maintenance that it takes, I don't know if I'd buy a house with a pool, but this gonna get used one way or another in my lifetime. Is that it? It is. Yes. You know, sometimes you be thinking you're done, then you just throw it away and you actually end up throwing something you want away. But that was so cute. Thank you. They literally gave you like everything that you need. You got something to wear, something to carry it in, chair for the once you get there, sunglasses, sunscreen, a speaker, the little icicles, popsicles, what do you call those? What are those called? All right, you know, it's been a long day. I'm just gonna go ahead, call it a day. How much time do I have left? 17 minutes? Good morning. Oh, wow. Not morning. It is nighttime. Real late. It is 10:30. I feel like the last bit of the vlog, it's late, okay? The last bit of the vlog is not going to make that much sense because it literally just goes into whatever the last thing I was doing Thursday, into partying. It was Ashleen's birthday, so that's where I've been the last 2 days. Went to her house for sip and paint, baby. When I tell you I ain't painting nothing, literally the canvas is exactly how it was when it came packaged from Amazon, so I'll probably do that sometime this week, finish that. I did do some sipping, and then today had breakfast at her place, napped until like 3 in the afternoon, then got ready for dinner. I realized that, you know, running out yesterday, did they say Saturday? Yesterday, I had my tote in one hand, her gift in the other. I forgot my makeup bag. Love that for me. So literally all I wore was concealer. To dinner, we went to this place called Batsy. You know, once was enough for me. And then I got home at 10:30, switched my clothes, and then went to go pick up the packages that have arrived in the 24 hours that I haven't been here, because it was, you know, home decor. And that's where I am in life right now. That's the age where I am that I get excited for home decor packages. So let's open them. Okay, so the first package, I know what it is. Where's the middle of this package? I bought a lamp from Wayfair for the living room. Yes, just one, because I figured if I get the one and I don't like it, that's easier for me, because y'all know I don't like returning things, I don't like getting rid of things. That's easier for me to figure out what I'm gonna do with that one instead of buying both and realizing I don't like both of them. Whereas if I buy the one and realize that I like it, I can just buy the other one. So let's see if we like it. I feel like it's a little excessive packaging, but also it's a lamp, so I guess I had to make sure it didn't break. Get all of this. Like literally how big this box is, and then this is how big the lamp is. But okay, so that is what the lamp looks like. I actually like the lamp. I don't like the fact that it has the cord attached to it. I wish it was one like you could just, you know, put batteries in it or something, because do you see where the actual outlet is? Yeah, I'm not going to plug that in and have the cord all the way over there, and I just, you know, things I don't pay attention to. So it's going to irritate me, you know, seeing the little cord hanging down, but I actually like the lamp. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the other one, and I'll put light bulbs in it, you know, when I get the other one. This is another package that I got, and just the irony that in this vlog we unboxed a PR package from Target. Now this is a PR package from Walmart. Again, this is things you get excited about when you start getting older. But you know, obviously Walmart saw that couch video just like 12 million and 11 million on Instagram and TikTok. So, which mind you, I am still getting people just panini pressed over that couch. Like either the other day or this morning, I don't know at this point, someone talking about I would never buy furniture from Walmart. If you could only afford the deposit and the first month's rent, you should just say that. First of all, I didn't have to put a deposit on actually either apartment, this or the other one. For the like third time of me trying to film this. So I picked this up. It's got a whole bunch of blue, little, you know, things in here, which are going to be rather annoying to clean up. Aw, it's little plants. Ooh. No! I know y'all heard that like rattling sound, not it broke. I know you lying. That could be fixed. That could be fixed. We could fix that. I just gotta buy a hot glue gun. But that's what the bottom of it looks like. I don't want the pieces to fall in the box and I never find them again. It's okay. We don't hot glue it back together. No, not that broke too. Okay, well, and this is the top. It'll be a very cute plant once we put it back together. It's just gonna take a little elbow grease. Okay. That'll be a project for later this week. But it is very cute. What else is in here? Ooh, I keep finding pieces of this damn. Now what is this? What is this? Okay, it's the little, you know, the little decoration tray. It's giving this on my coffee table. Yeah, this is cute. Or in the back, no, I don't think it'll fit on in my bathroom, but this is very cute. Oh, I got something else in here. Ooh, it's a candle. Salted coconut and mahogany. Ooh, you can smell it from here and it smells good. This will go in my bathroom. Ooh. Alright. That is what the candle looks like. Oh. Okay, the irony, because I was just dragging Flower Beauty, so the irony in getting something from Flower Home, but this from Drew Barrymore, I didn't even know she had a home collection. I've always had a love for creating joyful spaces, places where unexpected prints and patterns, shapes and styles and colors and textures come together in the most delightful way. My new collection of home decor is inspired by this passion. I hope it inspires you to make yourself at home. Okay, they must have been paying attention to what the color scheme is of the living room because it's giving on brand, on theme. This is a set, do not separate. Now, why didn't I just bring this? Oh, there's a card. I'll open that in a second. Oh, okay. Their mirror. You know, I didn't bring the box cutter back over here. If there's anything else in this box, it's a set of mirrors. There's another one that's over there. That's cute. I don't know where I would put this. Maybe the bathroom? My bedroom. We're gonna find a place. Okay. Is there anything else? An accent rug. Okay. Okay. Kitchen? It's giving. I feel like it's giving kitchen. This is what the whole thing looks like. 3 minutes left on this card. Let's read the card. Shanine, we love to see that you're loving your new Walmart couch. Cultivating your space is such an exciting time, and we're sending along some items to help complete your home. We hope you enjoy your friends at Walmart. I feel like that's a great way to end off this vlog. Very blessed. You know, I just be posting things. You never know when anything's going to take off. I think posting that video has certainly helped in this process of moving. A lot of stuff coming up that I can't wait to show you guys. So yeah, that is it for this vlog. I need to go edit it so you guys can watch this tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.